In this video, I'm going to give you a complete tutorial of Smartlead. In my agency, we've been using Smartlead for over 2 years now. We switched from Lemlist to Smartlead mainly because Smartlead lets you connect an unlimited number of inboxes. So we have over 600 inboxes connected to Smartlead. We run hundreds of campaigns for clients and generated over 1,000 sales appointments for B2B companies. So I'm going to walk you through every section so you know exactly how to set everything up for your cold outreach campaigns. So let's get started. So here's their website. So first, I've been asked many times, what's the difference between Smartlead and Instantly and what's the best platform? I don't think there is a big difference. I tested both and they're both great. I just like the Smartlead community and I'm more used to this platform. And I think if you're an agency, Smartlead is a lot better because of all of the integrations and webhooks that you can create. Their API is great, but both are great platforms. So Smartlead starts at $39 a month, but you'll probably need the Pro plan. If you're just running campaigns for your company, the Pro plan will be more than enough. You can send 150,000 emails per month and have 30,000 active leads on the platform. So here's the platform. I'm going to walk you through every section in this video. But first, let's start with email accounts. That's where you're going to either buy email accounts and domains or connect your own email accounts. So if you want to connect your own email addresses, you need to click on Connect Mailbox. And if you have Gmail inboxes, you need to click here, Outlook inboxes here. And if it's private SMTP providers, then you click here. And if you have a lot of inboxes that you want to import, you can import them as a CSV. And here you can download a sample CSV so you know exactly what they need to be able to connect on the platform. And if you don't have other inboxes than your main email address, you can directly buy inboxes directly on the platform. You can click on Smart Senders. And here you can buy domains and email boxes directly from Google resellers, Outlook resellers, and you have one SMTP provider. And so when you buy directly here, they will directly import those mailboxes in Smartlead. They will do all of the DNS setup, so you have almost nothing to do. In my agency, we use a mix of Lenatro inboxes, so they're Microsoft 365 inboxes. It's this platform. I will put the link in the description. And we also use another Google reseller that is similar to the one in Smart Sender. So that's why we don't use Smart Senders. So once your mailboxes are on the platform, you need to add the signature, you need to set up the warm-up and all of that. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So you click on the mailbox here, or you can select them in bulk like that, and then click on bulk update. But first I'm going to show you how to do it individually. So you will arrive on this page. So here it will be empty because probably your warm-up didn't begin yet. So here you have 5 sections. You have first overview. So that's where you can see the health of your inbox. So you know if you land in spam or if the inbox. Then you have general. So here you add the total number of messages you want to send per day. I recommend not sending more than 25 messages per day per inbox. Here you can add a minimum time gap between 2 emails being sent. I recommend putting 15, but there is no rule here. And here you can add your signature. So something very simple, your name, your title, and your company name. You can also add your address. Then you have the warm-up section. So first you're going to enable the warm-up. I set the total number of warm-up emails per day at 20. The daily ramp-up, I like to put it at 2. I mean, that's only relevant at the beginning for the first 2 weeks. Then it's not relevant anymore. Randomize number of warm-up emails per day from 2 to 20. Reply rate, I like to put it at 60%. And here you can set how many replies this mailbox will send to inbound warm-up emails each day. I like to set it to the minimum here. Then you have the custom warm-up identifier tag. So that allows you to create a filter in your Gmail inbox, for example, to archive all of the emails that contain this tag. This way you avoid seeing all of the warm-up emails in your inbox. And then here, I don't enable anything. I don't think it makes sense to check those boxes. Then you have management. So here you can add a tag on the mailbox and assign the mailbox to a specific client. And then you have campaigns. So here it's going to tell you to which campaigns this mailbox is connected to. And so, as I said before, you can do it individually or you can do it in bulk. So you can select all of them, bulk update, and here it's pretty much the same. So now we're in the email campaign section. So that's where you're going to create your campaigns. Here you can see there is one campaign. So you can see the number of leads that you've contacted, the number of email sent, the number of replies, positive replies, the bounced and the sender bounced. They have articles that explain the difference between a bounce and the sender bounce. And so you can customize this view here. I like to remove opened and clicked because we don't track them at all. And so now we're going to create a new campaign. So as you can see, there are 4 sections. Here, the first section, you're going to import your lead lists. So you need to click here to import the CSV file. So I'm going to do it now. So then you're going to have this page. Here, I like to uncheck every box. I'm not going to detail that now, but better to keep it like that. Then you're going to click on Save. And now you need to map your CSV columns with the variables on Smartlead. So first name, last name, website. Here, person LinkedIn URL, it didn't map it automatically. So I'm going to choose it now. Then title for this campaign, I don't need to import it because I don't have a variable in my sequence with the job titles of the person. Then email here is mapped with email, but for me it's different because below I have master email. So I want to map master email with email. And same for company name. I have master company name here. So I'm going to uncheck this and find company name like that. So that's the minimum you need. So first name, last name, website, LinkedIn profile, company name, and email. Sometimes you will have some airline or the company size, the title of the person, etc. But for this example, we're going to keep it simple. Then you click on Save and Next. So then you're going to have this page. So in my CSV, I had 1,777 leads. And so I didn't have duplicated leads. I didn't have leads that were already in my campaign. Here you have blocked email count. So I had 4. Probably some leads that I contacted in the past that bounced, and so they weren't imported to save the reputation of my mailboxes. And so you have other things here, but as you can see, it just removed 4 leads from this CSV. So here you can either click on skip and proceed to directly import all of those leads, or you can launch a verification process because Smartlead has their own verification process, but we never use it because we already verify those email addresses. So here I'm going to click on skip and proceed. So as you can see, we're done with the import of leads. Now we need to create our sequence. So here you're going to add your copy, you're going to add a subject line, and here you're going to add your follow-ups. So I'm going to add a follow-up, a delay of 3 days between both email, and just for this example, I'm going to add that. Here, I recommend you to click on preview when you're done with your copy, because this way you know if your variable is correctly set up. So for example, here I'm going to add the first name. I'm going to click on preview, and here you can see the first name is right. For example, if I make a mistake like that, I wrote first name like that with a mistake in the middle, you click on preview and it won't work. It will be empty here. Also, if you click on ABC here, you can check the readability and the spam checker. You can check if you have some spam words in your copy. So when you're done here, you're going to click on Save and Next. So now we're at the third step. So here you have sender accounts. So that's where you're going to select the accounts that you want to connect in your campaign. Then you have schedule campaigns. So here you're going to choose your time zone. So Chicago, for example, from Monday to Friday. from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Here, make sure to add a number that will allow you to send minimum 25 triggers per day per sender account. Because if you remember before, we added a limit of 25 emails per inbox. And so 20 minutes is good here. And here you're going to select the max number of new leads you want to reach out every day per campaign, on this campaign. So when you're done with that, you can click on Save. And then you have your campaign settings. So here you're going to add the name of the campaign. Stop sending messages when your lead replies to a message. We're going to leave it like that. We want here to boost the deliverability by sending emails in plain text only. And we even want to force plain text as content type. So when you do that, you won't be able to track the open rate and click rate, but that's what we want. For better deliverability, we want to keep it like that. So then you can assign a smart server. So we're going to talk about that a bit later in the video. Prioritize sending pattern. So I like to put it at around like 30% follow-ups, 70% new leads. So it means that for the first 100 emails that are going to be sent, 70% of them will be new leads and 30% or 30 will be follow-ups. Then you have company level auto pause. So stops messaging other people within a company once a person replies from that company. So sometimes it makes sense to check this box, but sometimes it doesn't make sense. If you contact 10 people in the same company and one of them said, I'm not interested, it doesn't mean that other people are not interested. So you have to think in your specific case if it makes sense or not. Then here you can auto match your leads email provider with your inbox provider. So if, for example, you have an Outlook account, it's going to send your email from another Outlook account. And same for Gmail accounts. I don't necessarily check this box. So Smartlead analyzes the mail exchange provider that your leads are using. So here, for example, from the 1,774 leads that I imported before, 81% of them are using other providers than Gmail and Outlook. 15% of them are using Gmail. So here I can decide if I only want to contact Gmail accounts or Outlook accounts or other providers. And so most of the times you don't really care about that and you can just leave it as it is. Then you have the intelligent AI lead categorization. So this feature is going to save you a lot of time when you're going to receive out of office emails or not interested emails. And so here I recommend clicking on this one, IntelliCategorize replies using Smartlead's AI. And here you can choose some categories. I like to choose not interested. So it's going to auto-categorize the prospect as not interested when the AI decides that it's a prospect that is not interested. Then you can select out of office. And so when you select out of office, it's going to show you a few more things. So here you can ignore the auto-categorized out of office from the reply percentage. So I like to check this box. This way your reply rate is not inflated by all of the out of office replies that you receive. I like to automatically restart AI categorized out of office when the lead returns. So the AI is going to check the email, and if the prospect says, I'm coming back on the 6th of June, it's going to restart the campaign on the 6th of June. As simple as that. And so in general, I leave it like that. Not interested, out of office. I check this box and this box. Then you have the high bounce rate auto protection. So if the bounce rate goes above, for example, 1%, it's going to stop the campaign and probably send you an email. And so here I like to put it at 3-4%. It depends, but it's good to have that in case you imported a lot of invalid leads by mistake. And this way you won't wake up the next day with a 20% bounce rate. Then you can add an unsubscribe link. So as you can see here, I can't add it because we selected to send as plain text. And so of course you can't send any link. And it's better like that. It's better to not add any link because it's going to trigger spam filters. So instead of that, the best way to still respect the GDPR rules and all of that is to add a PS line saying, PS, if you don't want to receive emails from me anymore, just send stop or not interested or other things. And so when you're done here, you're going to click on Save General Settings. Now we're done in this section, so we're going to click on Save and Next. And so here we're at the last step, so Final Review. And so you can see all of your leads and the exact email that is going to be sent to them. So you can check quickly to be sure that everything is set up properly. And so when you're ready, you're going to click on Start Campaign. By the way, if you'd rather have my team build and run the entire outbound system for you, just hit the first link in the description to book a call with me. I'll show you what this will look like if we run it for you. All right, back to the video. So now we're done with the setup of the campaign. Once your campaign is set up and you already sent some email and got some results, you can click on your campaign and analyze your stats. So as you can see here, you have the emails that you sent per day, the number of replies, the number of bounces. And here you have the detail per email variation. So you have email 1 variation A, B, C, D, E. You can see the number of reply per variation and the number of positive replies. And same for the follow-ups. Then you have some more stats here. We don't necessarily use this part. There is nothing very interesting. So it's mainly here. The goal here is to analyze your different variations and to cut those that are not working. And so on this screen, you have different sections. You have performance here. So I'm not going to walk you through this section. It's not that relevant. The main thing in performance is that you can see the inboxes that are disconnected from the campaign. So if you decided to unselect some inboxes because, for example, the reputation was bad, then it's going to tell you, do you want to associate the lead that you began with this mailbox with another mailbox? This way you can still send follow-ups to this lead, even if the main email address that was connected with this lead is disconnected. I hope it makes sense, but you can do that in performance. And so then you have analytics. That's what I showed you here. Then you have inbox. So you're not going to use that because we're going to see later master inbox. Then you have your lead list here. Then you have subsequence. So in subsequence, you can create sequence that are, of course, in this campaign. And so, for example, if a prospect said, send me more information, and you have a lot of prospects saying the same thing, you can create a subsequence. This way you avoid saying exactly the same thing every time. We're using that for people that are engaged, that are saying that they're interested. Then we send them more information and then they don't come back to us. So we have an engaged ghosted subsequence. So it's a sequence of 5 emails that they're going to receive to be able to book a call with them. So it's just simple follow-up, sending our calendar and more information. This way you avoid having to send an email manually every 3, 5, 6 days. Then you have trigger logs. So here, nothing really interesting. It's just Smartlead telling you what are the next steps for the campaign. So you see here it's going to send some emails. And here you have smart servers, so you can connect your servers. We're going to see that at this step. And you can connect the servers here to this campaign. So we're done with this section, with the email campaign section. Now let's talk about the master inbox. So that's what you're going to see when you go in master inbox. So you have a menu here with inbox, unread replies, sent, important, snoozed, etc. You're going to use mainly inbox and unread replies and a bit of untracked replies. And so here you have all of your replies. you can add some filters here, and here you have the conversation and some information about the deal. As you can see here, that's a perfect example because that's an automatic reply. She said that she will return on the 2nd of June. And as you can see here, it has been auto-categorized as out of office. And so it's going to resume this lead on the 2nd of June. And so here you can add the deal value. We never use that. You have also task, notes, and here you can push the lead to the subsequence. So as I said before, if for example, the lead replied, you replied back sending more information, but he doesn't come back to you, you can click here and push him to a subsequence to give more info and push him to book a call potentially. Then in more, you have more things. So here you have replace lead. So it makes sense when it tells you to contact another person from the company because he's not the right person, or sometimes it's another person from the company that is replying to you, so you can replace the lead here. You can again here push to subsequence, you can pause the lead, mark as block, mark as unread, and here you can see some keyboard shortcuts. On the top right, you're going to choose the category of the lead. So here it has been done automatically, but if for example this person replies and it's a positive reply, you're going to click here and assign it as interested or engaged. This engaged category, I've done it manually, but in general, people are putting leads as interested. And so, as I said, you're mainly going to use the inbox section here and unread replies, but also untracked replies. It's good to check sometimes the untracked replies because sometimes Smartlead is not able to see if it's an email from the campaign or not. So sometimes it will be in untracked replies, and so you're able to reassociate the lead from untracked replies to the right campaign. And so then it will come back here. So we're done with the main sections. We've seen email campaign, master inbox, and email accounts. Then you have all leads. So here you're just going to have the list of all of the leads that you imported on the platform. You have integration. So if you want to integrate HubSpot, Clay, or other tools, I never use that personally. Even if I use Clay, I don't connect it here. Then you have client access. So if you're an agency, you can add your clients here. And so they will be able to access the platform and only see their email accounts and their campaigns and not all of the campaigns that you run for clients. Then you have global analytics. So that's not something we personally use. We have other dashboards outside of the platform. I think they're right now making a lot of improvement here, but it's not available yet. But this section doesn't necessarily make sense. It's easier to analyze your stats directly in the campaign or outside of the platform if you have your own dashboard. So then you have smart delivery. So here you can run inbox placement tests. So Smartlead has a pool of Google inboxes and Microsoft inboxes. And here you're going to send your email from your inboxes to their inboxes, and they're going to tell you where you're landing. And so you can have an overview of your inbox health. And so they have another subscription for that. For $49 a month, you can run 120 campaign sequence tests. And so it's a lot cheaper than all of the other inbox placement tests that you have on the market. Like it's more than 20 times cheaper and the same quality. So even if you're not using Smartlead for your campaigns, use it for smart delivery because it's a lot better. And so when you click on a test, you're going to have those analytics. I'm not going to walk you through everything, but it's pretty nice to run a test when you start a new campaign and when you buy new inboxes. This way, you know approximately if your inbox health is good or not. But it's not because it says 100% or 99% that you will always land in the inbox. That's just an approximation. It's more a question of like, if you see, for example, here 30%, you probably have an issue and you should do something. If you're at 100%, you might have an issue, but here it's not necessarily going to tell you. You can use it sometimes, but it doesn't tell you everything. The best way to know if you're landing in spam or not is to track your reply rate. If you start a campaign and you have a reply rate of 5%, and after, let's say, 3 weeks, you're at 0.5%, then you probably have a deliverability problem, even if your smart delivery test tell you that you land in the inbox. So it's not really accurate. But if you have 0%, I mean, this one is fake because I didn't send any email, but if you end up having 0% here, you probably have an issue and you have to fix something. And then you have Smart Server. So here again, it's another subscription. And so for $39 a month, you're going to have your own server. So it's better for deliverability. Otherwise, you're going to share your server with other people on the platform. So it's not necessarily optimal, but we're still testing it, but we're not seeing a big difference right now. But it's always better if you have your own server. So that's it for the video. Let me know if you'd like me to create more tutorials on Smartlead and maybe to detail more parts that I didn't detail in this video. Now, if you want us to build and run your entire outbound system for you, so you can focus on closing deals and not focus on running outbound campaigns, you can hit the first link in the description to book a call with me. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe. I'll be posting more tutorials and strategies to help you scale your outbound campaigns. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.